Times are very hard right now. Food prices are up. Gas prices are up. At work, we're basically not making more than we did last year. The money that we have seems to have less value this year than it did last year. Our savings are dwindling. Debt is increasing. Anxiety levels are also increasing. Doesn't seem like the people who we voted into government have any idea of our troubles. They seem only to increase our worry than decrease it. The world is in turmoil. You hear of war here and there, Ukraine, the Middle East, and you worry if tomorrow will be there. Sometimes a good word lifts us up, gives us courage and hope. And whether you don't believe in God, or you're agnostic, or you are a believer, the story of what's going to happen when all this goes away, when there's a new earth and a new home that Jesus Christ prepared for all of us. This next story is about that place, and I will be narrating in first person, as I did before, for ease and flow. I was 15 when I first started reading Revelation. I went to a Bible study that my girlfriend was going to, only to impress her. Her mother is there and her brothers were there, and I figured I'd score some points and have her like me more by joining them. The Bible study went into Revelation, and it continued for days and days talking about the book. I found it incredibly interesting when it talked about the dragon and beasts and the number 666, and what I was doing to try to score points with my girlfriend actually turned into something wonderful, because I was really enjoying myself at this Bible study. Then one night, I had an incredible dream. I dreamt I was going into a city, a very incredibly massive city made of pure light. The walls were transparent, but had energy flowing through them. You could actually see the energy, white, glowing. And in the city was amazing light, like the sun, but it didn't burn your eyes. And there was a river running from the center of the city, from what looked like a throne. In this garden that's in the city, there was a tree, a massive tree that reached almost to the sky and had a branch that connected both trunks that came down on either side of the river. And branches came down from both sides of this tree, and there was fruit on it. I was on the right side of the river, and the person, told me to eat of the fruit. Well, I grabbed a pear, since pears are one of my favorite fruits, and the pear looked bigger than the watermelon. It was massive. The person said eat, and I did. But then the dream shifted, and I was on an island, a small little island surrounded by lava all around me, and there were other people on islands, and everyone was weeping and crying. They were afraid. They didn't know what was happening, and then I started seeing them throwing themselves into the lava, committing suicide in a sense. I begged them not to do that. I begged them, don't, stop, don't jump in. But they kept jumping in. And I was pulled away, and I heard a voice. It said, choose. This scared the hell out of me. Of course, I went to the Bible study the next day, and I told the person, the facilitator there, I said, this is what I had a dream of. And he took me to Revelation chapter 21 and 22 and showed me the verses regarding the new earth and the new Jerusalem. And I was surprised to notice that the tree of life had two trunks on either side of the river and conjoined by a branch in the middle. In any case, that day I made my decision to join God and to give my heart to Jesus Christ. The one thing that I felt was safety. I felt safety. I didn't feel worried about where my food was coming from. I didn't feel worried about where I was going to sleep, about a mortgage or car payments. I felt no worries whatsoever. If you're worried about the future, don't be. If you're worried about where the money's going to come from, God will always take care of you. If you're worried about how you're going to pay your bills, they'll be paid. Worry about your salvation. Worry about the next life. Don't worry about today, because today will take care of itself. I'm Daniel of the 144,000. Please subscribe.